The Finance Minister says wages will still grow faster than in recent years, despite Treasury's forecast that employers will cover the cost of higher KiwiSaver contributions with smaller pay rises. Nicola Willis says the change from a 3 to 4% employer contribution will benefit the New Zealand economy, but the Council of Trade Unions isn't so sure. Adam Hollingworth reports.
Nicola Willis is selling her 3-day-old no BS budget at every opportunity.
Make the upfront investment, make lands more productive.
The Finance Minister's been touring an Auckland housing block, getting built thanks to simplicity KiwiSaver contributions.
I'm shameless. I'm going to take every opportunity. I am proud of our budget and the policy route.
This after a Treasury warning to the government about increasing the default KiwiSaver contribution rate for workers and their bosses. Budget documents show Treasury assuming employers will offset the majority of their higher contributions via lower than otherwise wage increases.
So do you accept that certainly in the short term, the pay rises that people might have been expecting aren't going to be so high because employers are going to be paying more towards KiwiSaver?
I think people will still be getting pay rises, and how those pay rises sit alongside KiwiSaver contributions will vary from person to person, depending on their contract, depending on their arrangements. Overall, the advice I have received is that wages are going to grow much faster in the next few years than they have in the past few years.
Unions say that employers will give with one hand and take back with the other.
I think that's extremely likely that employers will try that one on, and no doubt, particularly for people who are bargaining on their own, that when they're not in a collective with union support, they're likely to be successful.
Employer KiwiSaver contributions will grow in 2 jumps, from 3 to 4% by April the 1st, 2028, as long as employees up their contributions too. At the same time, the government's halving what it pays, but Willis is adamant the KiwiSaver pot will still grow faster.
Overall, these changes will ensure that people have bigger KiwiSaver funds in retirement.
I mean, in principle, surely it's a good thing to up the rate at which we save.
Yeah, very much so, but it shouldn't all fall to working people to A, compensate their employer for their contribution, and B, compensate for the government who's stepping back and not contributing what they were. Absolutely, we should be saving for the future. But, you know, working people are the ones who can least afford, and yet they're being asked to do the most to fix that problem. There's just no balance in this budget, and no concern for the people who are doing it tough.
2 ways to put money in the pot, but whose side is up and whose side is down is still a matter of contention.